prime time, my top back, my top back. It's Audemars like Mardi Gras, that's Swiss time and that's excellence. Two-door preference, roof gone, George Jefferson. That on that pound cake, so your Duncan Hines is irrelevant. Woo! Lambo, Mercy, Lago, she go wherever I go, wherever we go, we do it pronto. It's like
from New Orleans, we proudly bring you the Hornets here at the New Orleans Arena. Well, it was the New Orleans Hornets in their last game, a loss to Miami. Look at the State Farm starting five. Here's Houston's opening lineup. We've got Camby. Jarrett Jack is out there with Harden. And it's Stoudemire. And it's Ariza in at the 3 spot. And for the Hornets, they've got Avery Bradley. Okafor out there with Anthony. Davis. Then it's Spaghetti. And it's Harris in at the 1. Now here is Harris. Back to Davis. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Bradley. And good coming on the assist from Devin Harris. Bradley's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Hornets. Camby sets the screen for Harden. There's the dish to Stoudemire. Davis is on it. Camby against Okafor. Jack's got space. Can't get it to go. And it's the Hornets taking it the other way. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season.
You know, Houston for the last several years has tried to get a star player on the roster. But it's so difficult to do. There's only about 10 of them in the entire league. But what they've done is they've put a lot of good players on the floor. They've built their asset base, and they're poised to make a deal when the right one comes their way.
Now here is Jack. Camby kicks to Jack. Back to Camby. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Pretty significant lapse there on the defensive end, guys.
Yeah, those are the ones, you just can't allow that.
No, if you're giving up dunks and layups defensively, you're in huge trouble.
Jack against Harris. Spaghetti outside. Davis. Pass to Bradley. Over Harden. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Really, if you don't have a top 10 player in the league, you just continue to gather talent. And that's what the Rockets have really done.
Yeah, and you call that stockpiling assets. If you aren't building around someone, then you get as many good assets as you can because they're always movable. And I think Houston has done a nice job with that. They're in a position to add pieces or either trade for additional pieces now.
Here's Harris. James Harden picking up that last basket. The feed to Bradley. Back to Harris. He feeds it to Davis.
You know, the question in the last few years in New Orleans is, would the Hornets be able to stay just from a financial standpoint, or would they leave and move to a new city? But that question was answered last year when they signed a new lease, the Hornets did, with the city of New Orleans to stay through the year 2024.
Harden kicks to Stoudemire. And so he draws the foul on the shot on trip to the line to shoot 2. And just signing that lease, Steve, as you mentioned, really a big commitment to the city. 2024? That's amazing. And Clark, it really helps reaffirm the bond between the team and certainly the city.
Exactly. It can be hard to grow attached to a team. You know, so much of a fan's attachment is emotional, but you need to know how long they're going to be around. And that was really good news for Hornets fans when they signed that lease.
The Rockets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Harden gets a screen from Jack. Harden kicks to Jack. And they take the lead.
Not much resistance for him after that pick, Kevin. I mean, he had all sorts of space to hit the shot.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Yes, a bit ago, Kevin McHale and I were able to catch up. He said that one player he's really wary of is Anthony Davis, adding he can impact the game in so many ways. Defense, shot blocking, rebounding, and scoring. He's still adding muscle, and we've got to capitalize on that strength advantage at both ends. Kevin, that's the MO for any young player. We'll see how he stands up to it.
Thanks, Doris.
Difficult to explain that turnover. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did, but he really lost his place on the court.
Maggette the pass to Davis. Kicks it to Okafor. Camby on him. Okafor dishes to Davis. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Anthony Davis.
Well, there's no denying that height is a huge advantage in the game of basketball. Anthony Davis was a 6'2" guard in high school, but then grew 8 inches over the course of about a year or so, and suddenly a kid who was barely being recruited was being sought after by all of the top college programs. Man, things can change quickly.
And the Hornets making a change here. Paz is checked in. Now, here is Harden. Puts the lead pass in front of him. It's off his foot. And the ref saying he kicked it. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Davis.
Jonas Valanciunas.
Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. Going back to Davis in that late growth spurt, he was able to develop an impressive skill set playing, as a guard before he grew to his present size. And, of course, he was a terrific player at Kentucky, Steve, and I think he's destined for stardom in the NBA.
But, a lot of guys, Kevin, if they played guard in high school and then they grow, it's a huge advantage because now they've played the game and experienced it from a playmaking level, only now they're near the basket. So they have a broader understanding of the game and the way it's played. So I think that's one of the reasons Davis has so much potential. He's a big man with guard skills.
Here's Harris, following the score by Trevor Ariza. This is to Bradley. A 3. And good coming on the assist from Devin Harris. Bradley's got 7 points.
Well, he wasn't going to miss that. I mean, they were way too late to get to him out there.
Back to Stoudemire. Up with it. Shot is blocked. Bradley against Harden. Now here is Valanciunas. Guarded closer. Harris kicks to Bradley. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Harris has got 3 assists tonight.
Well, you look at the Rockets head coach Kevin McHale in just his second full season as an NBA coach. Remember, he spent a couple of years as an interim coach for the Timberwolves when he was the GM. But really did a great job with that Houston club last season.
Here's Bradley, and it's New Orleans scoring again.
I think he set in the tone for the entire team in this quarter. Tremendous stuff. Good action.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. And you mentioned McHale's tenure with Minnesota. 13 years as the general manager of the Timberwolves. Yet Steve unable to really build a consistent winner around the great pick of Kevin Garnett.
Well, they had it going for a while, Kevin, when they had Marbury and Garnett. But then Marbury forced his way out with the trade, and Minnesota had a couple of good seasons after that, but then they really went in the tank. And I think it was a difficult time for McHale. And I think a lot of people questioned whether he'd be a good NBA coach, but to me, it looks like he is a pretty solid one. He's been around the game forever, but he's got a good feel for his players, puts them in a position to succeed.
Here's Ariza. Here's White. Jumps up. An easy 2 points on the layup.
Excellent job carving out space under the glass to make that putback possible.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
You know, you look at the Hornets, and it's still a relatively new franchise. Originally in Charlotte, that's where that team started. They've only been in the league since 1988, Kevin, and they've had a lot of success in a relatively brief tenure.
Jack passes to Harden. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. Back to the Hornets since their formation, 1988, as you said, Clark. They've only missed out on the playoffs 12 times. That includes the first 4 years when they're just an expansion team trying to get their legs under them. So, Steve, not that bad a history.
No, not bad. And they're one of the better stories you can hope for. They're an expansion team. They really were amazing in Charlotte with their attendance, their appeal to that community. And now trying to build up a franchise in New Orleans with a young star in Anthony Davis.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
You know, James Harden has started to draw comparisons to Manu Ginobili for his ability to really do it all offensively. Shoot, drive, create, and of course, being left-handed, that helps too.
Some changes for New Orleans. Davis comes in for Valanciunas. And it's World Peace in for Corey Maggette. Ariza against Harris. There's the pass to Davis. And Harden comes to help. Out to Harris. This one for 3. Harris missing again.
You know, guys, you look at that James Harden-Ginobili comparison, and they both can really run the pick and roll effectively. They're slashers. They're smart. They can shoot the 3. They've got the mid-range pull-up. I think Harden still has a ways to go defensively to be on Manu's level, but he's making strides there as well.
Well, his defensive presence as a shot blocker is incredible. And what makes him amazing, Kevin, is his ability to cover pick and roll, too. Incredible range with that speed and agility.
Yeah, he's got excellent agility. The speed you mentioned, the wingspan, that makes all the difference as well. But it's a combination of all of that that makes him a guy that I think is going to have a tremendous impact defensively right away. It's clear they had one thing on their mind when they came out of the gate today: rebound.
Yeah, they've opened up the game with a pretty good margin in that area. Great sign for this club.
Now here is Jack. White against Davis. White dishes to Jack. Right side Jack. Harden. 3-pointer. Another miss by Harden.
That's excellent defense right there on the perimeter.
Bradley kicks to Davis. He kicks it to World Peace. No good on the triple. Rockets trailed by 6. Here's Ariza. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Sheer, unadulterated power right there. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely. Steve, a resounding dunk.
Yeah, a take no chances slam, guys.
Harris kicks to Hawes. Ball's knocked loose. Left side, Jack. All sorts of time. But they'll get another chance.
And one of the keys for this team is securing defensive rebounds. Keep them off the offensive glass.
Well, that's the period for the sentence of your defense, rebounding the ball.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Harden with it. Picked up by World Peace. Harden's shot is good. Harden's got his second bucket of the night.
That's going to be important for this team to fight over the top of screens defensively.
Yeah, you got to tag him and stay right close to him because with his touch, he doesn't need much space to get his shot off.
Gets it to go. Harris has got his first 2 points of the night.
Tell you what, whether there's an opening or not, this guy's going to attack the rim regardless.
And Jack kicks to Harden. Guarded by Bradley. James Harden again. Harden's got his third basket of the night right there.
Good work turning that into an easy 2-point. He can attack the rim as well as anybody.
Now here is Harris. World Peace, the pass to Davis. 6 to shoot. Uncovered. He dishes it to Bradley. He passes to Hawes. Harris feeds it to Hawes. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
A chance here to check out how the Rockets ranked in the NBA last season. 3rd in free throw percentage, 9th in scoring, and they were top 10 in three-point shooting. That's a huge part of their offensive attack.
I was just really impressed with the free throw shooting that you mentioned. Top 5 in the league in free throw percentage. Says a lot about their concentration and their focus as a team. And this is a key part of the game for this team. They've got to get to the line and knock them down to have a chance to win.
Here's Harris after the made shot from DeJuan Blair. Here's Bradley. The rebound by Blair. Blair's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Jack. And blocked. And they'll keep possession. Ariza. They get it again. Here's Harden. Another miss by Harden.
Shooting-wise, he's having a tough quarter. I mean, he just seems to have gone cold. Can't find the basket.
World peace. Good. 1:33 left in the first quarter. Harden outside. Blair, guarded by Hawes. And Blair gets it to go.
Can't pass up that kind of look.
Hornets shooting 47% here so far. Harris against Jack. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Easy call there.
No question about that. You can hear the impact from where I am.
The Hornets have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Emeka Okafor is checked in for Hawes. Valanciunas comes in for Davis. Corey Maggette, he's checked in for Meta World Peace. And it's Jody Meeks in for Avery Bradley. Houston with a big group substitution here. Marcus Camby, he's checked in for Blair. Stoudemire comes in for White. Helena Azubuike checks in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Mills in for Jarrett Jack. There's 49 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Okafor sets the pick for Harris. Passes to Meeks. A 3-ball. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Harris has got 6 assists in the game.
How about that? They respond to a three-pointer with a quick 3 of their own.
Yeah, terrific. Great back-and-forth sequence right there.
Now, here is Harden. He's got 8.
Well, that was not a smart play there. That's a wild shot. They can get something better.
No, that's not smart basketball. He should have passed that shot up.
Great defense in the paint there, making it tough on the offense.
That's what he brings, a presence. I mean, you saw it on that miss.
Here's Stoudemire. The shot misses. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close.
29.
Hornets lead by 2.
27.
And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. Guys, what's your take on the Hornets so far?
I was impressed with their transition game, guys. They really got out and ran the lanes.
Yeah, they did. I mean, no better way to get easy buckets than through fast breaks.
We've got Maggette. Jody Meeks out there with Ish Smith. Then it's Okafor. And it's Valanciunas in at the 4 spot. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Here's Okafor. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Okafor's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Hornets.
Guys, Emeka Okafor has a huge body. I mean, he was an outstanding college player and had a fantastic career at UConn, including winning the national title back in 2004, and he also was most outstanding player of that Final Four. In the NBA, he's been more of a role player and a banger, but highly productive when he's been on the floor.
Smart. He's just using his size advantage to get his shot off.
And a sweet stroke, too, you might add.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. The dish now to Meeks. Back to Smith. Pass to Maggette. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And going back to Okafor, Clark, he's a good rebounder, good defender, shot blocker, not a big-time scorer. He kind of has a mechanical offensive game, but defensively, he really gets the job done.
And Monty Williams, a former first-round pick of Notre Dame, out of Notre Dame, played 9 seasons in the NBA. And I know that playing experience is clearly an asset for a head coach.
Stoudemire goes in. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And going back to Coach Monty Williams, Steve, do you think having been a player really helps a coach?
I think so, Kevin. The players automatically respect somebody, who has been in their shoes, who understands what the NBA is all about. But that respect will go away if they don't believe in the coach and his work ethic and his intelligence. And the good thing with Monty Williams, not only did he play, but he's a really bright guy who the players will pick up on right away for being really sharp and with him.